Hey, everybody, welcome to the Sith Dominion podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Dana Martin. With me tonight is Cameron and Alex. Not Alex. Holy-
Huh?
Hey, what's up, Alex? Andrew? Andrew, welcome back to the show.
Actually, it's Andre.
Hey, Spooky! Spooky in the corner.
Hey, Spooky.
What's
We
going on,
like Spooky.
We love us some Spooky. Go check out Spooky. You just recorded a new show, right, Spooky? I think he's got a new one he's gonna put up. I couldn't make that show. I had some stuff to do with some side gigging stuff. So sorry, Spooky. But man, what a crazy 2 weeks for me, and my apologies that we didn't have a show and give you guys something to do on a Tuesday night. Battlefront. Heck yeah, he's playing some Battlefront. I'm guessing E means 2. I don't know. So what's going on? How have you guys been the last 2 weeks?
Played a lot of golf. Been hanging out.
Golf? Hanging out?
I legally cannot say.
You what are you talking about?
I mean, I was telling you in the pre-show before you started checking my dope, but I mean, I've replayed both the Jedi games, and I mean, this guy Cal Kestis is pretty solid, pretty cool.
I need context here. Like, what is it that you think he has that, from the way you were talking about him, kind of aligns him with a Kanan kind of pretty badass Jedi?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Story's cool. His interactions that he has with I like some of the concepts of when he meets new people and he's like, I'm Cal, this is BD1, and I like his mannerisms. I think Cameron, however you say his last name, really did a good job portraying Jedi in that time period and how he maneuvers throughout the galaxy. And I'm interested to see if they do a third one, how they end up. But if his story ended where they ended the second one,
so the second one is Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played that one through, and as a matter of fact, I think I just had started it and was like, "This is just the other game. I guess it's more story," and I never got back to it. So is that? I mean, is that what it is? It's the game mechanics, or I mean, it's all pretty much the same. It's just more story.
Yeah, I mean, there's new lightsaber stances. There's more customization, a lot more side quests, a lot more characters that. There's some cool cameos, some cool worlds. I don't know how you would feel about a certain fight in the game and how it goes down, unless you've already seen it. But I still think the first one is the better game in terms of it was complete when it came out. I mean, Survivor had issues. Like, I would say it ran better on my console than my computer, and I have a 3080 and a pretty good setup overall. But I still think this they did a good job with the second one, but I just don't really know where they go after.
At the end of the first one, and I did play it through twice, or I played it through, and then I started collecting all the stuff, right? And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story, and I felt like it could end there, and I would have been fine because whatever, write some fan fiction. You got some cool characters to play with. When they came out with the second one, I think I was already kind of sour because when it came out, there's we're kind of repurposing things and rehashing things, Disney, right? And so I did buy it. I just didn't. I felt like it was kind of the same, and now I'm quite intrigued, Cam. I bought Halo because of multiplayer, and then fell in love with the story, right? And then I was purchasing it for both. So if the story is that great, I'm willing to play through it.
Yeah, I'll be interested to hear your thoughts. I don't know if Andrew, if you played it or not, or if you've seen it.
I have not.
There's one fight in there. I bet Spooky's probably played it. There's one fight in there that I know had people divided in terms of how it goes down with a certain well-established character in the universe, but I didn't really have a massive problem with it.
Can you watch the like cutscenes on YouTube?
Oh yeah, I mean
Okay.
there's plenty of stuff out there like that.
Mhm.
I'm usually yanking them and playing them right now in the show, but I honestly like you've been like you've spun me. I wanna play it through and see, so I don't want to spoil it. But yeah,
Yeah, it looks like Spooky didn't. I feel the
Cool.
same. I know people were kind of divided on how that whole fight goes down, but I think if you really kind of get into the nitty gritty of it, I would say it's on brand.
in the first one, it was kind of the protagonist was the second sister, right? No, not the second.
Mhm.
Sister. Yeah, it was second sister. Who's the protagonist in the second? Or can you not tell me that, or it would totally mess it up?
Both.
Okay, all right,
I'd rather just let you play it and figure it out.
we'll do. All right, move along, because now I'm like, I started playing the Battlefront 2 with Zane again, and I had pulled it up, and we've had the conversation about Dana's addictive personalities and behaviors. I pulled it up in EA. I reinstalled it, and EA's like, "You have like 328 hours on." I'm like, "What? When? When did I?" Like, I have no recollection. And ask anyone that I played with on their squad, they would be like, "How are you a level 35 or whatever?" Like,
How
come
you
on,
paid
dude.
someone to play and he
Like, yeah, you
doesn't
paid
remember.
it. Like, I'm pulling an Elon and paying someone to level me up. It was terrible. Like, I'm terrible. I have no business playing that game, but it's so fun. I had forgotten how fun and the ease of the gameplay for the Starfighter stuff. That's super fun too. I like it all. I missed it. I can't believe I had forgotten and shelved it. So much fun.
Make Battlefront 3, man. I think it'd be awesome.
Man, I think this resurgence was a guerrilla tactic from the studio to prove that they want, there's a need and demand for it. And I wouldn't put it past the studio to do that. You start right. Let's be honest; they are about making money. And if this many people are jumping back on those servers, I'd buy it. I'd buy it, 100%.
They took the bad parts out of it because that was really one of the first ones that had like pay to win microtransaction.
Yeah.
And it was really, which I mean, I know it's been long patched, but like it's still a really well done game for how old it is, and it still even holds up. I mean, came out in 2016, 2017?
Are you?
It was before The Last Jedi, I think.
Yeah, it was.
So,
You're right.
I think it would have to be around there. So what a good game.
Anakin was the last character they added, if I recall, and he was so OP, and he still is. They don't touch that game.
Well, they also did like a Rise of Skywalker. I don't know if it's like DLC, but they did like a whole like celebration
25.
Yeah. So
yeah, I saw that. I said 20. BB-8 and BB-9. Yeah, they're in there. BB-9E. I totally got fried by BB-9E.
That are good.
Man, we should have a total like just talk about games one night for a show. I totally do that.
Just do it now.
We'll do it now. You don't want to talk about worst moments?
I know all about the Star Wars video games,
Dude, LucasArts is something special, man. Like when you really think about the games they were coming out with back then compared to what EA's done, I mean, it's insane.
EA Sports.
Yeah, I mean, partnership with Sony, but I always go back to Galaxies. Wasn't
I've played some of the early Lego games; those were fun, but I haven't played any recent games. Just I don't have a console that can play them. So.
Gotta change that, brother.
Yeah, right. Just kind of $400 or $500.
Wait, what? for a PC that'll run that stuff?
Not a PC. I'm talking about a console.
Oh, console.
Yeah, I've got a computer, but
I was doing some video editing and stuff for my side gig stuff, and
Psychic
side gig, and my PC sitting here was just the turbine on the Alienware. You know what that sounds like if you've heard one, and it's like, and I feel this heat, and I have a plate with my burrito for lunch sitting over here, and I'm like, I gotta keep this. Literally just put it above it on the shelf and kept it warm. It was like a hot plate. Love it. I'm thinking I might need to reposition for some ventilation. I don't know. But I got the very first Star Wars video game that you ever played. Do you remember what it was? Go ahead, Cam.
Not specifically.
Republic Commando.
That was the first Star Wars video game you ever played.
That's awesome. Remember.
Was it on Xbox?
OG Xbox, man.
Yeah. Wait, did you play that? Wasn't that they did a demo along with the game, or was that Battlefront 2? Oh, that wasn't the.
We don't have the lore master
Republic
here, so
Commando.
we'll never know.
Yeah, Republic Commando. I was thinking different.
Yeah, I don't think they were doing demos back then.
Republic Commando was Delta Squad, right? No.
No, who was?
I don't remember. I do own that game on Steam. They do those big, for $70 get 80 games or whatever, and then as they add more, you just pay like $2 here and there.
No, it was Delta Squad.
Who needs the lore master? Come on. Just kidding, Zane. We need the lore master.
Yeah, I can remember because they had Scorch. Badass, dude.
Scorch. Yeah. Delta Squad showed up on Clone Wars? I think they were in an episode of Clone Wars, too. That was a cool callback to the old game, for sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Andrew?
Not specifically. I mean, like I said, I know I played some of the... I had a friend that owned some of the Lego Star Wars games, so if I went over to his house, I would play them, but I don't specifically remember what they were.
The very first Star Wars game I ever played was the stand-up arcade wireframe Death Star Trench Run game.
Sounds like from the
You
70s.
know what I'm talking about?
Damn, this brother's old, bro.
If you don't know, I would play this. I would bury quarters into this thing, man. Not rolls of quarters, because that might be weird, but I would bury quarters into the machine. Star Wars wireframe. You can get them too. 1983 video game. I know, right? You guys are like, what?
Sheesh.
That's a thing. Oh, hold up.
That was when it was black and white, right? When the world was all black and white.
Buy it as a tax write-off, bro.
Oh my gosh, this guy. Oh, it's part of my backdrop. It'll go right here where my window is. I'll just put a heck yeah.
Jeez.
All right, let me share. This at Chuck E. Cheese, y'all. Let me tell you.
They had Chuck E. Cheese in the 80s.
Yeah, and it wasn't like these Chuck E. Cheeses. Chuck E. Cheese in the 80s was like a warehouse, and kids would get lost and trafficked out of them. It was insane.
Dang.
Wait, hold up.
Oh,
I got
copyright.
I know, right? I got to share audio.
Who cares about copyright?
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not making any money. Share your screen sharing. I know.
This brother doesn't even have YouTube Premium.
For Pete's sake.
You had it up, brother. Why are you tweaking?
I had to share the audio.
Grandpa and his technology.
Grandpa's trying so hard.
All right, here we go.
How do I switch it from HDMI 1 to HDMI 2?
This was the game, y'all. I'm telling you.
Red 5 standing by.
Looks like the last Starfighter.
My God, it's like Pokemon.
This machine made thousands of dollars, I'm sure.
Man,
You've never seen this game? You can even get like I've seen it at Sam's or whatever Costco, like where they have the arcade little replicate. Okay, here goes Trench Run, dude.
Use the force.
Dang.
Oh my god,
Those
dude.
graphics are pretty cool.
Yeah. Zane wasn't even a thought. Yeah, no, for real, Spooky. I mean, in 1983,
Dana was partying.
I mean, all right, I'll stop. Wait, you gotta.
Yahoo!
Here he goes. Nice.
Okay, that's
level.
pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, whatever.
No,
Oh my
was.
god. Okay. I'm telling you, that was it. That was the stuff. For real.
For real, man.
That was my first game, and I loved it. But you can only play it at arcades. The Atari had one. Return of the Jedi had that. That was terrible. We didn't have good games until the 90s, man. First real good game. I don't know, maybe Jedi.
I mean, Super
Huh?
Mario. Oh, are you talking about like games or just
Star Wars
games?
games.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't until we started getting like Dark Forces and Jedi Outcast and those games with Kyle Katarn and Candace or whatever his name is. Not Candace. Dash Rendar.
Mm-hmm.
Dash was it Dash Rendar that was in? No, Kyle Katarn was in Dark Forces.
Dude, I loved the Jedi Academy games. Those are so much fun.
I'll tell you what the best Star Wars game is, and this is technically a Star Wars game because he is seen in the Phantom Menace. It is E.T.
Oh my goodness.
This dude's trolling, bro. I gotta kick him off the call.
100% he's trolling.
Yeah.
But I mean, the best one's KOTOR, both of them. I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's
I
hard.
still
It's
gotta
hard
play
to beat. Oh, dude.
What'd you say?
Said I still have to play those.
Do you have an Xbox?
An old one.
Like when you say old, like that version that would play that game, because I may still have the game.
Maybe. I got a 360. I'm talking
And
that
Zane
old.
is in. It'll backwards. Yeah, Zane's an hour and a half from you. Y'all sync and let him give them to you. Battlefront 2 before BB8, BB9 was the best. Yeah.
Hey, it's only like $150 on Amazon. That's not too bad.
Right, you just go buy like a retro game website and you can get it for good deal. Probably get a case and stuff too.
What do you think it was about the games? There was a lot that those games kind of did that was a little different. It melded a bunch of different things, but for what it was, there wasn't anything like that. What was it for you, Cam, that you were like, yeah, man, like this is incredible?
Well, it's a whole new world in terms of what it adds to the lore at the time when like I'm not even really thinking about that and or even caring to a certain extent. I'm just like playing this game and the characters, like what's going on with the story, or just it's got 6-7-year-old me just tapped in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
6-7-year-old you tapped in. Have you played it back as a teen in your 20s? Like, have you played it again as you got older?
No, I probably the last time I played it was probably when Battlefront 2 and like whenever everything became cross
platform.
No, not cross platform.
I'm
Backwards
sorry.
compatible on
Gotcha.
Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
I replayed the Jedi Academy games and loved every minute of that. So
What about you, Andrew?
What was the question?
Oh my God! Pay attention.
I was looking up Knights of the Old Republic. It's only $10.
Like which game kind of was like, wow, man, that is something for you. Like from a Star Wars perspective, what was kind of the one that hooked you on a Star Wars game first? hooked on Star Wars game?
Like I said, I can't really answer that question because I haven't played a Star Wars video game in probably 10, 12 years. I mean, it's just a Lego one, so I don't.
Andrew
But,
usually has so much to bring to the table. This is great that we have something that we can talk about,
There
Cameron,
you
that he
go.
has not.
I mean,
thing to
I'm
say.
just being honest. Some of the newer games look cool. But
Yes. Yeah, Jedi Duck, what's up? Welcome to the show. Absolutely. Some of them.
Some of them are. Outlaws
Some of
was
them are.
an abomination. Absolute
Past-
abomination.
Yeah, I
But-
just couldn't.
That was done by Ubisoft, man. Like that's not saying a whole lot nowadays.
Mm.
EA's done okay, I would say, with games they've put out. Like, I mean, the first Battlefront I think is pretty solid.
They did Starfighter, and that's a sick game, man. If you have not played that, if you like space combat in the Star Wars universe, Hunters.
Hmm.
Did you play
Wow.
Hunters at all, Cam?
Mm-hmm. Way back.
It started to make a resurgence, and then they just killed it. Like, I don't. Yeah. Do you play games on your phone, Andrew? He's gonna say I have a
not
flip
really.
phone. I'm just waiting
I-
for it.
You know, I used to play the heck out of mobile games, and then I just grew out of it. The NBA, like the NBA mobile,
Yeah,
I used to play that game all the time. Like
I remember that
unhealthy-
game.
Unhealthy amount of times. But I haven't played in a while, so
What was your latest one? You said you just played through was the 2 Jedi games again, right? Survivor and Outcast, or Fallen Order and
yeah.
Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I snapped a bit at first just because that I get frustrated with the video game characters. They're fun, but I just couldn't really picture them in the Star Wars universe. Some of these, and one of those being, I mean, I could kind of see Cal based on the Kanan Ezra established framework that we already have.
I think he fits better than Starkiller did.
Amen.
Personally, I mean,
Yeah.
that's true.
You-
Spooky.
I
I've been
think they
enjoying the
did that with
content.
Starkiller so they could just kill him off, right? Like, there's no. This dude's never going to be canon for real. There's no way. He's too powerful. I mean, we're talking like Nihilus kind of type power level, not same power. You know what I mean? Level of power. Sith Ultimate, kind of your favorite kind of power. And that's where the game gets it wrong in Battlefront 2, because I'm sorry, BB-8 cannot take Wicket, the Ewok can take down Emperor Shut up. But it's a video game, right?
yeah.
Yeah, what is Streamlabs doing?
Why? What happened? Who broke it?
I don't know. Spooky was saying something, and I was not looking.
I don't know. You tell me. This is a good pause real quick. New loyalty
For our
program.
sponsor.
What?
For the sponsor.
For the sponsor, yes. DMILM, DM Leadership, Dr. Dana Martin, sponsor of the show, has a giveaway for the new loyalty program. It is this book here that is.
Oh, Streamlabs said. Okay.
Yeah. What?
Sorry.
Oh.
It's Streamlabs said press play when timer expires.
Why did it say that? Why
I
are
don't
we
know.
having a timer?
I don't know, but continue the play.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I'm
So an
just
example.
the backstage is
Let's
listening
talk
to
about. There you go. Recognizing the risks of overconfidence. Emperor Palpatine, blah blah blah. You get the idea, and we talk about risk and overconfidence and how to overcome that as a leader, as someone in the business world. Free copy of this book by the host of this show, to anyone who is in the number one spot for the loyalty. You get loyalty points by watching live for 5 minutes at a time. You get points. YouTube has a rule though that you only get points if you comment every 5 minutes. So stay engaged, stay commenting. Spooky Jawa can tell you that this is a real thing because he won the loyalty program the last quarter when we ran it and got this book.
That's right, Spooky. 4 subscribers away last time I saw.
Oh. Spooky got a copy of this one. It is a journal that has plenty of pages not written in already by me, but plenty of writable journal sheets, and it has fun stuff. You can get these at Amazon. This quote here is a Dark Side Twisted quote that says, "Through structure, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain results." Yes, silliness, but it's fun. Keep it light, keep it fun, keep it dark. Right here. All right.
Keep it light, dark.
There's the thing. So you get that book, the first one I held up, to whoever is ahead at the end of the loyalty. Today is loyalty day 1, which means live streaming view time counts towards your points. Nice. Look at this guy. I have this book. Spooky is the best. Stop spamming.
I actually have both
books. The feds. I added that. I thought you'd appreciate that, Cam.
Oh, that's funny. Why does it even say please refrain from spamming caps?
Anyhow, we'll get back to the show. But yeah, you can get those at Amazon. One's for $7.99, one's $9.99. All proceeds go to me to keep me in business.
And that is Amazon.com/
Andrew, you might have both of them, don't you?
I do. You want me to grab them?
No. Cam, you have both too.
Well, how am I going to show proof?
Well, I know I gave you one. I don't know if I gave you the other one.
Yeah. I got both. You sent me one.
I'll buy the new one to support the homie.
How do points work? How do we know who's on top? That's a great question. Am I still sharing my screen?
No.
Good. I'll share with you.
You aren't Gampaw.
I am not a Gampaw.
Yes, you are. You literally are.
And I talk to my grandson like 3 times a week. I can't. It's an amazing.
Yes, guys, he talks to me too much. It's ridiculous.
Oh, jeez, for Pete's sake, Nair. Share screen. I'm sharing screen. I'm sharing this. Share. All right. So here we go. Loyalty. It was reset, and right now we have Spooky Jawa and Jedi Duck. Spooky Jawa's in the lead by 4 points. Thank you for sharing the screen.
Getting competitive. You are allowed to bribe Dana to give you more loyalty points, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
You don't. Why do you see XP thing on my screen? Are you for real? Oh. No, I'm showing you this. I don't know what the question is. Context.
And Streamlabs keeps saying press play when timer expires. What is the timer?
I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna see what the show is.
I'm an old.
Let's see.
I'm an old dude, man. And it's tough to stay up with all this because I need to sit down and read, watch a video.
I know. Okay. I see. Okay, here's what. Hold on. I'm gonna share real quick. This is what they were talking about the XP thing. See right here on the chat, you get the number for the XP, and it'll tell you. I think that's what he's talking about. See, so it shows you the top fans.
Oh, cool! I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't know what that is, man.
Yeah, it's a YouTube thing.
I should probably press play. What?
Press play on the pre-recorded video that we did earlier. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what I've done.
The fellas are yapping. I'm lost, bro.
I have no idea what's going on.
Chat, are we cooked?
What's happening? Press play. Press play. There is no play. Like, I got no timer. I don't understand what's happening. Come on, Andrew. All right. Let's get back to
Dana,
it.
Dana really did tweak out on me though before we got in the show. It's kind of crazy.
What?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm be welcome.
You feel
back.
violated.
Yeah.
This segment tonight brought to you by the Whistler Irish whiskey. Yeah,
No, you
that's
have to
what we're
sound like
doing.
an actual ad read.
Hey,
This
really-
segment was brought to you by.
At least I know one member of the Martin family is nice to someone in the Smith
Spooky did-
family. So
Spooky
What?
did hashtag
Who?
spit on my book.
your wife and my wife.
Yeah.
Look,
No, we're
Spooky
not.
said- Spooky said
spamming
hashtag spit on my book. That's right.
Oh,
Dana forgot to
hashtag
tell you.
spit on
Dana forgot to
my
tell you he'll spit on the book of the winner. And then you can it'll probably be dry by the time it gets to you. But anyway,
All right.
how are we 30 minutes
So-
into the show? And we haven't even talked about the topic.
I know we got one more. I got one more question about games, though, man. I love video games. I got two more questions. One, are you guys playing Battlefront 2? And if so, continuing from that question, why are we not playing together? I don't suck that bad. I know your answer, Andrew. Cam, do you play it?
I
anymore?
do play it. Josiah and I downloaded on our Xboxes a couple weeks ago. We played
Nice.
little games, but I can download it on the PC right now, and we can play it for the show if you'd prefer.
Man, that thing, apparently, it doesn't like overlays like Discord. Yeah. You want to realize you jump into a game and the Discord thing pops up and you can't do shit and you can't even get out of the game. You can't alt tab. You can't do anything. That's some old game shit right there that should not happen and does not happen anymore with games. Thank God.
It runs great on my Xbox, and we had no issues in game chat.
PC. PC. What, the last question for the gaming stuff, because I'm curious.
Wait, I thought you already asked the last question.
No, I said I got two more. I said there, and that was one.
See, I'm not
extra
paying attention.
follow-up.
I'm just completely
Sakes,
zoned
dude.
out.
All right. Future of gaming. Is there room for a Star Wars MMORPG on the market today?
We have one.
What? No, I'm not talking about Old Republic, like the Old Republic. I'm talking about like a relevant to these movies and times. Do you think it would take? Do you think there would be a demand for, or do you think there's a demand for it? And what studio would you want to do it? Not Ubisoft. We'll just take them off the table straight away.
No.
I mean, because, think of the stylings of these games from these different studios, right? What do you want a big, massive multiplayer game, Star Wars, in the eras that say this 40 years, 50 years span?
Damn, the fellas are hating on Xbox, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. Bread box. Man, I lived through the Red Ring of Death days, man. You guys don't know.
I do
There's
know.
no-
I grew up with that.
What? Oh,
The 360,
Really?
that was my shit, man.
I was gonna say that's what I have.
you still have a 360?
Yeah.
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 I think Zane still has one. The one that we got back.
The actual greatest console of all time.
I don't. We're at what?
Charla? She in there?
Who?
Huh?
Your wife?
No.
Oh, you were looking over. I thought she pulled
Oh
up.
no, I have my other screen. I have. This is
How
my.
far?
my-
How far over is your other screen?
It's
You're almost at a full 90-degree turn, bro.
Dr. Data was like this.
fuck's sake. God.
What is going on? No, we don't see anything. Whoa. Let me get a seizure.
Oh.
See.
I still don't think that warranted that type of a head turn. Like, I'm looking at my other monitor right now, and bro,
Hey, I'll
is
show you.
Bro is tweaking. Gampaw is tweaking, bro.
Gampaw's not tweaking.
Are you on a laptop?
No.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Andrew.
Oh. Why are you breaking the time-space continuum? Please stop.
Look, we can have 2 cams.
We're literally breaking the fourth wall right here.
Yeah, I've literally now my camera's like, what are you doing?
I will go back to
There we
normal.
go.
And no, I'm
Okay,
not
well-
on a laptop. Dane is on a laptop.
I am not on a laptop.
Oh, that's terrible.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. What was the final question?
the
I have
are
my
they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got plenty of movies, video games, candy.
Yeah, it's see
Hey,
Spooky
you had me at movies.
when he invites you over to his house. It's really intimidating because he like walks you in there and then he shows you his room and then you hear the door slightly shut behind you and then you're like, "What's going on in here?"
And then he offers you a drink. He
Yeah,
goes, "Look at my lightsabers." You know?
I don't know why everything just got blurry. It's,
He gives you a bottle that has Snoop Dogg's face on it, and then all of
Hey,
a sudden
Dana.
you're
You had me at movies. I'll tell you that.
I had you at movies. You didn't need the candy.
I will take the candy too. All of a sudden, like in Andor, the lights turn off. You know?
Oof.
I have my answer though, Dana. Personally,
You have what?
my answer to your gaming question.
Talk to me, Goose.
I would
Oh.
love to see CD Projekt Red do a Star Wars game.
See,
The
what?
ones that did The Witcher, Cyberpunk, those games. I'd like to see them do a Star Wars game.
I got you.
It might blow up your PC though with how graphic intensive those games are, but might be worth it honestly.
Whatever. They're not that. They're not. I have a smoking PC, dude.
Yeah,
I think it's
that's
about time for an
usually-
upgrade.
That's usually not a good thing, bro. You don't want it to be smoking.
I know. My bad.
Dana's
Fun and easy. What are we? Okay. I don't Jedi Duck. I'm glad you're here. You're adding some spice, my friend.
Hey, guys, you know it's not cool
What?
paying taxes on fireworks to celebrate the day that we stop paying taxes.
Shut up.
Amen.
Never forget this, chat. Taxation is theft, and the government hates us all.
You shut up,
Like-
do your job, and pay your taxes on your paycheck, and then pay again when you buy something, and
Hey,
then pay in the
when
house.
did the
that you
government
live.
work? When did
and
the
then
government
pay,
work
and then
half my
pay.
shift?
Listen, we're not going to go into all that, but we can go into stupid things in Star Wars movies. No, the worst things in each trilogy that we just cringe about. And I was hoping this wouldn't be too controversial. Just kidding. I don't give a crap about controversy. But an example of what we're talking about and what we're looking for, that's the classic one from the sequel trilogies. That's dumb. It's stupid. Like, we can't stand it, and the movie sucks because of this, or mostly. Somehow, Palpatine-returned.
Oh yeah,
That moment, just that one moment, if I were Oscar Isaacs,
they hit the first.
I would
tower.
have spent time in the bathtub
Jeez.
with a tub of
Jeez.
Haagen-Dazs, crying that forever I was immortalized with that piece
Oh my
of crap,
gosh.
stupid line.
That's insane. That is insane. Dana's I didn't even hear it.
What
Yeah,
happened? What I
crazy.
missed?
You'll just have to, you'll just have to watch the show.
I got pissed off. Sorry.
That is just
What happened? Who's
Oh, that
spitting
was
on the
just-
book again?
I don't know. Jedi Duck and Spooky Jaw are going to a Diddy party in the chat right now.
It's so slippery there. Okay. Slippery slope in the chat, folks.
Oh God.
Yeah. Hmm.
Red
Ignite your
Rim-
lightsaber.
Red Rim Freak Fest.
Hashtag ignite your lightsaber.
Oh Lord, we have gone off the
Oh my
rails.
gosh.
Grandpa needs to
okay.
reel in the under 25s and get us all reeled in. We're kind of losing it.
We're good. We're good. We got this.
I still
So,
can't
yes.
believe Dana missed my comment. He'll just have to
I
watch it
did.
back.
What did
Yeah,
you
I know.
say?
To watch it back.
Jeez.
Show me
30
your Dominion.
Okay. I need
38 to 40 minutes.
I need an intern that can run the show.
Yeah,
And I
it's
can say,
unpaid intern.
run
You're
that
not
shit
getting,
back.
You're
No.
not getting paid shit, brother.
No, I'll pay you in books I've written. Oh, Lord. Actually, the next book is on the way. It's being written right now. I've got about 4.5 more chapters. It's called Be the Example: 7 Steps to Emulate Excellence. How do you emulate and be who you want to be? Don't be stuck. See, that was the great thing, honestly, about
Don't get stuck.
Vader. The great
Don't
stuff
get-
about Vader.
I get stuck in the second tower.
Don't get stuck. So, are you playing a video game right now? Is that what's happening? No.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not playing.
Me? Who else? He doesn't have a video game.
I'm not playing one, bro.
Okay.
Er-
You're like, damn it. So, you're not paying your workers. Classic. Actually, I am. I do have my first contracted employee to help me try to do my some side gig stuff. Yeah. Andrew Tate. No, it's not. It's way better than Andrew Tate, my friend.
Sith on my Dominion. Oh God, I'm scared.
Oh my goodness. All right. What movies? Let's talk about worst moments in movies. So yeah, we all know that no. I have no, it's no whoops. It's no, this is like practical stuff, man. This isn't
Good grief. The chat's
is-
crazy.
Oh God,
I appreciate that, but no.
the
it's
chat
not that.
the chat has lost the
The
plot.
feds are coming, I'm telling you.
Yeah. The bots have checked out of the chat and they're on their way in their human skin counterparts right now.
Oh my gosh.
Who's at my door? Just kidding.
It's me, Hero.
Getting swatted.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, and in the pre-show, Andrew was like, I know Cameron's just gonna say all of the sequels was terrible. That was the worst moment.
Disagree.
But no,
False.
yeah, and so yeah. Aside from
Are
the
we going
somehow-
chronological order or are we going release order?
we're gonna start from the back and work
Go
our way
from-
to the front. All right,
Oh God.
we'll start with
Pause.
the-
Pause.
it just started. I couldn't stop it.
I can't show my face anymore.
I can't with you guys tonight. Jeez.
That was all you. We didn't even say anything, bro.
Oh, Dana's
Oh, it hurts.
Dana's like, all right, we're gonna start from the back.
Oh, dang it. All right.
Hashtag not my
Let's
dog.
start with the sequels. We're not going movie by movie. We're talking as the whole of the sequel. Like, this was terrible. What is it?
Oh my gosh, Dana cannot
And
give
I'd
me
love
my.
to know, seriously. Not my
I'm not
God.
going to Dana for my yearly health inspection. I can tell you that.
Oh God. Oh jeez.
I knew I shouldn't have brought in the. Hey, the whistler. Yeah, wet your palate a bit.
Oh
All
God. Okay. All right. I'm ready. I'm
All
I'm
right.
back in.
So you said in pregame, no, I wouldn't say the entirety, and I said save it. So it's saved. You tell me. Worst moment for you in the sequel trilogy?
The worst, like
Yeah.
for me personally,
Yeah.
when Luke chunks his dad's lightsaber / his lightsaber into the freaking ocean after some random ass female that showed up on this random ass planet carrying his dad's
Right.
lightsaber, and just he has no questions for her, no anything. He just chunks it over his shoulder. And Ryan Johnson's dumbass thinks I'm supposed to laugh at that, by the way. But I would say personally for me that's the worst moment. Close contender would be the Rey and Kylo kiss. They hit the second tower moment for sure.
That kind of felt in that moment. I watched it again, and it felt not just that moment, like the whole movie, and it felt very forced. Like if I don't kiss you, the world's gonna end. Like I have to do this. There would no.
Hey, that's what I tell
chemistry.
girls to get them to kiss me. Yeah.
It really felt like the final just
It's
nail
never
in the
happened.
coffin of like we're gonna appease at least the Raylo stands or whatever they were called.
Yeah, that's. How
What's
do you
that
feel?
breathing,
A
bro?
little pandering here and there. So dumb.
That whole
Yeah,
movie was
absolutely.
pandering, honestly. Just an utter abomination.
Listen, I know I flounder on this one a little bit. And even Debbie called me out. Maybe that's why she's not here, because I was like, I don't remember that, but I remember it now. When they laughed, and he laughed at the celebration, everyone lost their mind or whatever, because now the Emperor is going to be in the last one. Like, I lost my mind. Like, I was excited. How are they going to do it? Well, I knew of Dark Empires and Red Dark Empire, so I knew you could clone him, but the way in which that it was done, 100% shit. That's the worst part for me. As someone who looked up to Palpatine in so many ways, for him to come back like that, you made him look like some crazy old fool, like Dr. Dana Martin. I don't know. Didn't like it. Andrew,
Mm-hmm.
worst moment for you?
Let me. That's interesting because when you say the whole trilogy,
Yeah, the whole
I would
trilogy.
say
We've got one from two of the movies, so why don't
I
you
was
just
gonna
take-
say because when I first watched Rise of Skywalker, the whole Palpatine return thing, it makes sense when you know history and the lore and all that. The execution was bad, but I don't say like, oh, that. I mean, look, the line delivery, all that's bad, but the actual idea of him returning isn't, in my opinion, because it's not really, it's a clone of Palpatine. But anyway, worst moment, I might have to agree with Cam. It's either that or the blue milk. I'm kidding. I'm trolling there. Because
you're
all
trolling.
right, here's what I'll say. Or green milk, yeah. Here's what I'll say. I think the fact that obviously, like when people say, "Oh, how fastly Rey picked up on everything," it's like, yeah, well, with the right teaching, mentoring you can, because same thing with Luke. I think it's like it was just like her unlocked potential was instant.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's just an issue with the writing or what, but I don't know.
Yeah, Rey felt very level up Jedi. Okay, I can do this now. I can do that now. I can do this now.
Just don't get me
Not
wrong.
grow Jedi.
And I think if we had someone like an Obi-Wan to equivalent to her, like what Luke had, then it would make sense. But it was like it's like it was like instant. you know. But I agree with Jed. I think it was just bad writing. I mean, there was so much good stuff with the sequel trilogy there, and it could have been so much better. But anyway,
Nobody said Rose and Finn. That wasn't the worst part.
oh, I forgot about that. I had completely
You know
wiped
what?
that from my memory.
I'll say
You know,
it. I don't give
I
a
agree
shit.
with that.
It
No,
was not the worst part. It was not the worst part. And the worst part, if you're gonna use that as an example, is that
Mhm.
they didn't flesh it out and give Finn something.
Yeah.
Finn was a
Yeah.
waste. We've talked a little about it with the
Oh, yeah.
potential Jedi and this and that. Finn was Boyega has a point. I don't like how Boyega is approaching it, but he has a point. Like
Yeah.
you totally missed an opportunity with this guy. Sorry, I
No,
said
I
two.
agree.
Then
That's a
a
good
shit
point.
moment, man. In Rise of
Finn was
Skywalker.
such a cool character too, even with what we got. He could have been so much better.
I've literally only seen the movies once, so.
Let's move on to the prequels. What's the worst moment?
Dialogue.
Finn could have been dope. Hold on, we got to get back here, man. You dummy. Yeah. The writing again, right? Finn could have been dope. Yeah, man.
Really
That when Force Awakens, when they bust out Poe and Finn, like that scene, I was on the edge of my seat. Like I loved it. I thought they did such a great job writing in that scene. Oh, here comes Cam. Oh, do you agree?
What?
That scene of the escape from Jakku with Poe and Finn, great scene.
Which one is that? Is that Force Awakens?
Yes.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Force Awakens is, pretty solid overall, I'd say, personally.
Yeah. They missed out on that, man.
I mean, hey, man, I said this month or so ago, man, they can redeem these characters. They just gotta retcon that shit. Give us episode 10 and just bring back Kylo. He's alive. Explain it in some comic.
Dude, they're on a cloning facility right now.
Yeah, give these people some redemption, man. Let them cook.
Give me a clone Kylo Ren, and then we have clone Jedi babies from Rey and Kylo. And those things are just abominations and go ape shit, and they got to bring Abeloth into it to stop it.
All right. Doc's going off the rails.
Oh,
Ahsoka's gonna beat Abeloth. Doc.
No,
Yeah.
come on. Ahsoka cannot
You're
beat Abeloth.
You're gonna get more Ahsoka, and you're gonna like it, and you're gonna shut up and take it. That's what you're gonna do.
We know this. It's coming, but there's no way there is no beating up. Like what? Huh?
And Anakin's gonna be there every step of the way because he can.
I don't get it.
Yeah, he has Jedi.
All right. What?
No, you know what? I'll say honestly, probably my least favorite part of the prequel trilogy, because I like all the. I'll say I like Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith a lot, and I like parts of Attack of the Clones. I think it just boils down to, and it's how George wrote the dialogue, and maybe not so much how he wrote it, but how it was delivered, because it's not just Anakin. I mean, Padme, Natalie Portman, a very good actress, has line deliveries that are just, you're so beautiful. Well, it's only because I'm so in love with you. It's like, okay. What's going on?
I don't remember a whole lot of her lines from that movie. I really wasn't paying that close of attention, if I'm keeping it real with you.
Well, you have to have mute.
And
off.
hey, you know what? Kenobi even has some too, where it's like, all right.
Yeah, but it's so memorable that we can almost all quote it. So is it really that bad?
No, I don't think. I don't think it's necessarily that it was bad writing. Now that it's just the delivery, the line delivery is what's
the
bad.
directing. I never tell that. I rarely say it's the act. Rarely.
Yeah. I just think some of the line delivery, because I don't even hate Jar Jar.
Wait, hold on. You're saying the worst part of the prequels is line delivery as a whole?
Probably. Because I mean,
Whoa,
I
you
Jar
might
Jar,
have
bro.
some.
I'm hopping off the pod. I'm gonna keep it real.
I'm not
You
saying
good?
that
You falling out?
I'm not saying all the line delivery is bad. I'm just saying there are some parts where, because like I let the I don't like Sam part. I don't that doesn't bother me because I know what Anakin is trying to say,
Yeah.
Coles.
and so, I don't that's not a line that I go eh. There's just
I got
there's some lines where it's like, ah.
I got you.
Oh.
So
You say you're falling out, brother?
Hmm?
You say you're leaving?
No, I said if you start capping on Jar Jar, I'm gonna leave.
no,
Oh,
no,
I
no,
think
no,
you're
no,
like,
no,
I'm
no,
gonna keep it
no.
real.
I
I'm
like
about
I like Jar Jar.
No, I already know
Dude!
Dana's gonna try to hate on my guy, and I'm just not
Listen,
standing for
I
it.
saw another video about Jar Jar was the secret, whatever, and
Jar Jar
they brought
Binks
up.
is a better character than Grogu.
I like leaning. What am I?
Jar Jar is pretty cool.
Yeah, Darth Jar Jar is awesome because Jar Jar's awesome.
So
Hey,
there's
here's the thing,
moments
I
where
know-
Jar Jar Binks, like something happens several times or like two different times in the film, and like he's moving his mouth. He's not saying anything. Like as he, like this is Snape trying in the Quidditch crowd, right?
Hey man, I think
Kinda.
Snape might be a sore subject for some people. We shouldn't bring it up at this current time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just no. No.
Well, I love the like with Jar Jar in the Phantom Menace, like the when the thing farts on him and he goes "Pee-you." Like, come on, farts are fun.
I agree. That's one of the worst parts.
No, that's hilarious.
I'm a 26-year-old man and I laugh at every Jar Jar scene I see.
Are you just trying
Well,
to
see, here's the thing: Dana
poke the
grew up.
bear here?
That didn't grow up, but he was alive when the sequels came out, so he's like, that's just bad stuff.
Yeah, this
No,
isn't what I
it's
wanted.
not
My kids
No,
love
no,
it.
no, no. Listen,
Okay.
the prequels were y'all's sequels, right? Like you had expectations and whatever, and so yeah, I had expectations going into the prequels, and it was not at all what I expected. But I was excited. I bought the pot. Well, back in pirate days, I pirated the Pod Racer game.
You are comparing tomatoes and apples when you're comparing the prequels and the sequels. They're not even in the same breath of like expectations and how shitty they were.
They're
You are-
both
Yeah.
a Star Wars. So
Because here's okay, you know, if I were to pick the worst thing about the prequels for me, it's the exact same issues I have with the Hobbit trilogy. And I know it was new at the time, but all the blue screen shooting.
Oh yeah, it was
And I get it
bad.
for like planets like Coruscant, stuff like that. That's hard to do. And I know Naboo was on location, but I love on location shooting
yeah.
when you can. I get it. There are some instances where you can't and you can use it, and that's fine. But when it's like everything, it's like, okay.
I am 2 years older than Star Wars A New Hope. There you go. As of a month ago. What is it though in those prequels that now I find it interesting. If we want to talk about this, great. If not, we'll move on. But I find it interesting that when those came out, I lived that, and there was backlash. People hated Hayden, and we know he came back now, and everybody's happy mostly with him. I didn't hate him; I had no problem with him, but the fans did not like Hayden. They didn't like what they were doing with the Jedi Order. They didn't like. Sequels come out, and this is why I'm trying to make that comparison. Sequels come out, and there are expectations, and it was the exact same thing from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
There
Well,
was not. Now I've learned from someone like Cam that no, it is different in that the prequels didn't destroy any of your characters. The
Exactly.
prequels didn't tarnish an established, what we had as at the time canonized version of the hero. And that was what was irreconcilable. And so I appreciate this show over 80 episodes, and about 40 Cam getting picked up on here with us regularly, and really making me think about that, because you're right, man. We had expectations in 1999, or sorry,
Mhm.
yeah, 99
Yeah,
was when it came out,
99.
and we loved the new graphic stuff they could put in, the CGI stuff.
Mhm.
We loved the pod racing. We love this. But we didn't love what was happening with this little squirmy git. What a little turd. Oh, we don't like him. And then, of course, the internet destroyed him.
Well,
Go ahead.
sorry. No, I'll
No,
let
go
you.
ahead.
You were
No,
like,
I'm done cooking.
you know
I'm done
more.
cooking. I was just gonna connect it, then saying, in the same other hand, now you have this other chunk of movies that they are not building something, they're destroying something. We may not have agreed with what they were trying to build, and we certainly don't agree with what they're destroying. And that's where I'm now on board with Cam. That no, you guys destroyed what we loved with with the sequels. You were doing your best, Lucas, for the prequels, but it is apples and oranges.
Well, because on top of destroying everything that you characters and that you loved and knew and had established stories, even if you take the legend stuff out of it, they don't give you any new characters that are that. I mean, the only one that was maybe even somewhat interesting, they don't do anything with. They kill another one that's interesting, and then they make the new main character just absolutely busted and OP, and don't really give us anything to work with as to why she's that, and then make her character even less interesting because you tie her into she's Palpatine's clone's granddaughter, however the hell it works. I don't know. And whereas with the prequels, you're you go to Phantom Menace and you're like, holy shit, this 9-year-old kid's gonna become this demon in a black suit that kills everyone. Like, what are we doing? And then you get Qui-Gon, then you get Obi-Wan's backstory, and then you get, all right, now we're gonna attack clones. Oh shit, Yoda has a lightsaber. Oh, we have Count Dooku. Oh, we have Mace Windu. Oh, we have the Jedi Order. Oh shit, now we're getting the Clone Wars. And then you get Revenge of the Sith, and then it all culminates, and then you're like, oh wow, this is like, I wish this movie was 4 hours long, and it's really George Lucas's magnum opus, whatever they call it. And I mean, but all the things that spawn just from those 3 films. I mean, we were talking about Republic Commando, Delta Squad. You have Force Unleashed. You have the Battlefront games. You have all this stuff, and then we hadn't even got to the world building that he adds into there too. And then, but then you have this other trilogy it's soulless, is what it has no soul.
Oh,
Like even
I feel you.
even Force Awakens, for it's safe, but it doesn't have you're like, I feel like I'm watching the same movie. At least say what you want about a Phantom Menace, but it was different. Like, it was different than what people were expecting from what you got with the New Hope. It was
We saw
speaking on that,
Coruscant, we saw High Republic, we saw High Order. Like, this was stuff only of book writing that we all had to imagine. Few video games before then pointed out what these places looked like or were like. But you're right. Like, they were giving us a lot of building, and you're
There's
right.
a lot of lore and world building in them.
Taken back by the scope. Yeah, a lot of CGI, but when you're in the theater and you haven't seen a Star Wars movie in the theater and for God knows when, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, right? It's like a black Darksaber for Christmas. I come in
Well,
that
and
size, by the way.
speaking on Cameron's point of like how Force Awakens is safe, but like the same thing. It's James Arnold Taylor said that it's like when kids drive the parents' car. It's the same car, but it's going to get to the destination a little bit differently. You know, so Force
Mhm.
Awakens basically the same blueprint as A New Hope,
Mhm.
with a few details that are changed or different, but basically by the end of the movie, it's same thing.
Yeah, and
But
but then
sorry.
on top of that, they reset beloved characters back
I
to
do like Force
zero.
Awakens, though, yeah.
I like it would almost be good at this point if, I mean, all in all, when you really if you take out the big three, like
Mm-hmm.
the movies probably have a different taste in people's mouth. It was the fact of, which you have an impossible task when you have legacy characters like that. But the way they handled it could have been better. But on top of that, we're gonna give you soulless Star Wars like
Mm-hmm.
slop, and then we're gonna basically take the heroes that you loved and grew up on and admired, and then we're gonna make them shells of themselves, and then we're gonna kill them.
And you know what they should have done? Because I know the original plan was to have 3 directors. You know, J.J. Abrams, Ryan Johnson, Colin Trevorrow. They should have done like what George did with the original trilogy. Have one writer lay out plans for all movies, and then you can have a different director for each movie. That's fine, but at least then you have one vision as far as like the story goes, and you know maybe it would be a little bit better. Because
I
I'll
mean,
say this, I think there's more to like in The Last Jedi than there isn't, personally.
yeah, I mean it's better than The Rise of Skywalker by almost miles, in my opinion.
Hey, I say this all the time. If Rey was 2 feet to the right, that blade doesn't work.
Yeah.
The
What?
blade that she uses to line up perfectly with
Oh
the
my
ship.
god. I literally was about to ask about that. Like, come on. Why
I'm
did I
saying
miss
she's
that worst
2
moment?
feet over to the right. It doesn't work.
They call it a what? An
I don't even
artifact.
remember.
A Sith artifact from 30 years ago. Well, F that, I'm an artifact. Give me a break. A Sith
But what would have
artifact.
been
I
cooler?
travel through the desert and there's a mummified Sith dude. Like,
It would have
what?
been better if the blade was used to like unlock something in the ship, Death Star, or Star Destroyer, instead of just like, oh look, I don't even know what this is, and I am standing right in line.
Spooky, I'm
You
not
know?
I'm not hating because it's cool. I have talked ad nauseum about my dislikes of these trilogies.
Because like the choreography is pretty. I think at the end of the day, with the sequel trilogy, is there's a lot of good ideas in there, but a lot of those good ideas had bad execution, or because of the different writers and the back and forth between JJ and Ryan having different ideas. So Ryan doesn't kind of doesn't do what JJ would have done with the second movie, and then JJ has to write a script in like, I don't know, 2 weeks or something. Like, for instance, the relationship with Finn and Rose.
Yeah.
That goes
Missed
nowhere in Rise.
opportunity.
It goes nowhere in Rise.
I also think Colin Trevorrow's
Yeah.
film would have honestly wrapped up everything in a much better state than, like, I think it probably would have made more money than The Last Jedi did, instead of you have a constant trend downwards of
Yeah.
how much money the films made, you know.
Because
But
I think Rey's a cool character, and
I do
then
too.
she just, unfortunately, with the writing, that's not a Daisy Ridley thing. Just there's writing there that's just not good.
I mean, they
So
took the worst path with that character, tying her
Mhm.
into an existing legacy character that, when you think of spawning,
oh yeah, I agree.
like it like now you're like, this just gets weird. Then they have this
Yeah,
book, and I've read it, and it just doesn't make anything better.
yeah. Or like the kid with the broomstick at the end of Last Jedi. They
yeah.
tease that, and then because JJ does the next one and writes it, it's just like, all right, we're never gonna hear or see that kid again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I agree. The
I
movies
just
are
hope
all
that
beautifully
they're not going to
really
try
shot.
to do a Rey Jedi Academy. And I
Mhm.
say that because she does not, according to what we've seen, she
Mhm.
does not have the leadership skills at current
Maybe in the
that we
15
know
years she
the
does.
way that a Luke Skywalker had. He was Red 5. He was a part of a squadron of starfighters
Mhm.
and worked his way up, ended up being a he removed himself from the war,
Mhm.
but he was a leader, and so he could do this. I didn't
Mhm.
see Rey ever as a leader. That's
Mhm.
Poe's job, right? That's Finn's job. And
Mhm.
I'm not trying to be misogynist. I'm saying this is
No,
what I
I just
saw in the movie.
yeah.
And so you didn't set her up like a Leia
Mhm.
where she could be that type of a heroine
Mhm.
that not only is a badass wielding a sword, but
Mhm.
is a leader and can
Mhm.
freaking throw down on the Empire. Like
Is it
First Order, like Leia did the Empire.
possible, and because it's set 15 years after Rise of Skywalker, is it possible she develops that in that time?
It could. I need to
I mean,
see that
they could
though.
explain,
Don't just pop her into
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, there has to be a valid
I did
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Bullshit. You didn't do
Right.
this. Was
Right.
Anakin helping you? Was Luke helping you? Someone would and okay, give it to
Mhm.
me that way, but have it that Luke as Force Ghost as one of his because you can't Force Ghost forever. As
Right.
his last thing, we get some flashbacks where he's helping train her to do this. I'm
Mhm.
fine with that.
Yeah.
Cam, I gotta know, would you be fine with that? Some redemption maybe for how Luke was portrayed and him teaching her lessons in flashbacks or something of creating the academy.
I mean, why would somebody whose academy failed teach someone else how to build an academy?
Why would Obi-Wan teach Luke knowing that he failed with Anakin?
Why would Yoda
That's
teach
fair.
Luke? You know?
Why would
I mean,
Yoda teach
like,
Luke?
I mean,
Yeah.
the thing, because my own understanding with when Luke went off to the island just in the middle of nowhere was that's how he found Yoda.
I tried this with Cam once. Watch out. I'll move.
No, I'm not talking about the whole Kylo Ren stuff in the academy.
No.
I mean, I'm curious. Now, I say that as someone I didn't grow up with Luke. So I love Luke. He's my favorite character, and my understanding was always just that's how he found Yoda, was isolated on a planet.
And how did he know Ben Kenobi? Hermit, isolated, out in the
Mhm.
middle of nowhere. So he was just following their lead, right?
That's just the way I took it. Anyway, look at the time.
So
my
y'all go
God.
back and check out episode like I don't know 50 something where Cameron goes off for 5 minutes on me because I said the same damn thing you said.
Oh, really? All right, I'll just
but I was a changed man after Cameron. So I'll let
All
Cameron
right,
take it.
I'll hear Cameron out because I don't think I ever saw that
He's right
episode.
and Cameron's right.
I'll hear
there.
him out because I never probably saw that episode.
The floor is yours, my friend. The show is all yours.
I mean, the whole gripe, and it's the whole reason why my worst part of the sequel trilogy is him chunking the lightsaber into the ocean, and where they lose me. I mean, you lose me 10 minutes into the movie, where is because the guy that I know and the guy that I grew up idolizing and wanting to be when I was a kid, and even now as an adult, would not do would not run and hide regardless of the circumstance. The guy that I know that left his training with Yoda to go save his friends that he loved, who used his attachments for good and was able to do great things not only for his friends but the galaxy, is because he has both qualities of his parents, right? And the Luke that I know at the end of Return of the Jedi, the guy that redeems Vader, who goes against what his sister's telling him to do, and just go run and hide. You don't need to fight this guy. You have nothing to prove. And it's like, no, I can redeem this guy. He wouldn't, in a moment of weakness, ignite his lightsaber to strike down his best friend and his sister's child, his nephew. He then wouldn't go run and hide. Like my whole point was like in a moment of weakness, he gave up on Kylo, and I don't see that character, the guy that we get at the end of Return of the Jedi, ever doing that. And then let alone running and hiding, and then let alone taking in going back to the way that the old Jedi Order did things, knowing and having access to the fact that the way that Yoda and Obi-Wan, the old Jedi Order failed his father. Why would he create something like that again? And that's the whole gripe. And then he just becomes this awful version of himself that I think the way that we even get to that point, I just don't see that character ever doing. When you take out all the expanded stuff, all of that, and you just go from Return of the Jedi to Last Jedi. Like, why does a guy that go and runs and hides and cuts himself off from the Force for, I don't know, 15 years, however long it was, why does he leave a map to be found?
That's true.
Why does he have an X-wing floating in the ocean? Why does he even have anything to where there's even a chance for him to return back to normal life, for a chance to be found? Obviously, it's because you have two directors with entirely different visions. But I mean, that character that we get in the movie that I thoroughly dislike the most, where, I mean, I've talked about it so much, but like, I never ever would get to the point where that guy ever makes that decision, because the Jedi Order and what Obi-Wan and Yoda did to Anakin, along with Mace and everyone in there, is responsible for the creation of Darth Vader, along with Palpatine. But like, and he would not do that. He would not force his nephew to not have attachments and to not feel and love and care for others, because that's what made Luke Luke, and his entire motives in 4, 5, and 6. That's literally his entire motive for things. So,
which
that makes
aligns
sense.
with Legacy, or whatever it's called, Legends. What you just described is what aligns with Legends Luke. So when folks say, well, you're just pissed because it's not the Luke from Legends. No, I'm not. The Luke from Legends is based on the Luke from the original trilogy. So here we are with a new Luke from a different timeline, not Earth 616. That's the way it felt. And when Cam went through that spiel with me, I was a new man. I said, you know what?
Yeah.
You're right.
Makes sense.
He was different than, and Return of the Jedi, whatever you think, take it easy, Jedi Duck. Whatever you think, Return of the Jedi, I don't care. It's not about the Jedi's return in Luke Skywalker. It's about Anakin coming back to the light side, right?
You know what's
That's
funny
the Return
about
of the Jedi.
the end of Return of the Jedi, when you think about it? No one knows outside of Luke and like Vader and everything that like he redeemed Vader. I mean, they just see that Luke goes into a room with Palpatine and Darth Vader, and who's the only one that comes out? Luke. But Dana, I was going to share a clip, since we're on the topic of Luke. If you see, I'm sharing a clip of a recent clip from an interview with Mark Hamill talking about his interpretation.
You're going to get me.
So I made up a much darker
something
backstory that I thought could justify him being that way. What could make someone give up a devotion to what is basically a religious entity to give up being a Jedi? Well, the love of a woman. So he falls in love with a woman. He gives up being a Jedi. They have a child together. At some point, the child, as a toddler, picks up an unattended lightsaber, pushes the button, and is killed instantly. The wife is so full of grief, she kills herself. I thought that would be, because I think about, I hear these horrible stories about these children that find unattended guns and so forth and wind up dead. And I thought that resonated with me so deeply that that could possibly, but he didn't have the time to tell a backstory like that, I'm guessing. He just wanted a brief thing to explain it. And to me, it didn't justify it. That said, and I told him this, despite the fact that I disagree with your choices for Luke, I'm going to do everything within my power to make your screenplay work as best that I can.
So regardless of what I think about that guy, he does do his craft well, and he is a believable character actor. He's all right. But fundamentally I disagree with him on many things as a person, but I respect him as an actor. And Cam, I'm really interested to know how you feel about him as an actor having to do that. If you respect him for doing it, or would you have hoped he would have taken a more
His
of a
face
stand?
says that he respects him
Because
deeply.
I mean, he understands the character clearly, right?
I think his entire comment there is trying to push a certain political agenda and his political ideology.
I know.
But
I know.
But I mean, yeah, I respect him for what he did, because I mean he played, and I mean I despise every single moment that character's on screen, and it's such a shame that he even has some redeeming qualities in the absolute worst Star Wars movie ever made, because I think he actually kind of JJ somewhat gets Luke right in Rise of Palpatine, whatever it's called, and but I saw that clip. I saw Anderson in our chat, and then I tried to get the full context of it, and he's just I will always love Luke Skywalker and will always idolize that character, but Mark Hamill is a different story. It's the same with Joker too, because he does a phenomenal Joker, and then he's oh my God, what is the Fire Lord's name from Avatar, The Last Airbender?
Never seen it.
Oh my God, Andrew, you've never seen.
Notice he didn't say, "Oh my God, Dana."
Well,
Andrew. Yeah. Okay.
No, I haven't. I need to.
Ozai. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Fire Lord
right.
Ozai. Yeah. But Mark Hamill, I think he's. I think he had some different motive.
Hey, it's only $700 to get his autograph. You know.
Yeah.
He did say one thing about like fans and stuff that I actually was like, okay, get this, because he was talking about signatures and how someone will walk up to him and say, "Hey, can you sign this?" And then he was like, "I'd see it on eBay, or I'd see that someone's flipping it." So he said, to see if it's a real fan, he'll ask if they want a picture. And he said then sometimes he'll have people say, "No, I don't want a picture." And he's like, "Really?"
Yeah, man, that whole
That was the
autograph
gist
thing is
of
such
it,
a racket, man. Like
Yeah.
they'll charge you like $400 for a sig. I mean, I paid $30 for
The Little Mermaid.
Kari Walgren. Oh yeah. Of course, she was also she's in the Old Republic. She voices some Jedi female characters, but she also voiced Tigra. Sorry. So one of the cool things about I watched this again today and I shared it I tagged the Sith Dominion, so any of you followers may or may not have seen it, and you've probably seen it before. But back in the day, when HD became a thing, if you were lucky enough to have an HD television and pay for HD cable, I worked for the cable company, so I got my cable
course
free.
you
Suckers. And
What's cable, by the
Cinemax,
way?
they did for beginning to end, episode 1 through 6. We're gonna play all these in HD. So for the first time, they were being broadcast in HD, and you could watch them all beginning to end. I own the box set, and I still partook in the event because why not? But they took Coldplay's "Fix You," the song by Coldplay, and they put snippets of scenes to the film. And if you have never seen this, enjoy. I'll get dinged for copyright, and I can't make money off this episode, but I don't care because
We're not already making money.
if you can, show cost me money to keep on the air. Just enjoy it, and yeah. So here we go.
Brother, we
Honestly, when
wait, that was
hit,
real? Like they really
that was a real thing, man. It was
Who would prove that?
there was
You gotta
nothing
get 'em.
like that.
It was
And
Dana. Dana edited it.
and when it came out, like it actually was. I know you guys are laughing, but for us old timers, like it was something. Like we were gonna get to watch 50 hours of freaking. Did you really get it in HD? That was funny. It was kind of corny. Yeah, see, this is where I start showing.
No, oh, did you see my comment?
Because I was like, man, that was yeah, I checked it. Did you really find it in HD? Because that's
That's not what I meant, but
oh,
you didn't. Okay.
all right. Well, clearly, I'm an old guy.
All right. So worst
and
moments
I
from the
think
OT trilogy. Because
okay, OG trilogy, and then we're wrapping up. OG trilogy, worst moments.
You don't believe in the Force?
You mean that thing you just? Yes, that is pretty. What do we know what that timeline was like? Because I'm with you. That was
A couple days, not even a couple days. It was like maybe 2, not even days. Because like he meets Ben, he goes back as aunt and uncle are dead. He's like, all right, let's leave. They are on Tatooine. They go to the cantina. You're talking a couple hours that he's learned about the Force.
Dang it, Spooky! You stole mine.
Wait, how did those teddy bears have an outfit that perfectly fits Leia?
We know.
Oh no, I know. It's just funny.
I love it. Teddy bears destroying an empire. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
You talk about corny. That was corny.
I love Return of the Jedi. I will not take this.
No. Ewoks are the absolute worst characters ever created in the history of the Star Wars universe. Next to
They're going
Porg.
to come after you now, Dana.
Porgs taste like chicken.
I would say
What's
there's
the
probably
worst
about
moment from the OG, Cam?
there's probably about 10 characters in the sequel trilogy that are worse than Ewoks.
I get it.
I will never ever say anything bad about the original trilogy.
What?
So
Objective.
nope.
No,
Nope.
nothing bad ever.
No,
It is
Okay.
nope.
that was pretty bad. Come on, the whole. You don't believe in the
Nope.
Force? Like,
Nope.
I'll tell. Yeah, no. It's kind of one of those that makes you go, "What?" But is it bad?
I've
It's
never
not-
played
it's
Ewok
not-
Hunt.
It's not consistent, but is it bad? Hey, you know what? No, here's the worst thing of the original trilogy. It's not even the original version of it. So when George went in and made it so where Han shot first instead of just Han shot.
You know what? I can get behind that. 100%. That look, Han Solo was a scoundrel, and go check out TikTok. I've got it pinned where I lose my shit about Doc or about Han Solo. Doc loses his shit about Han.
Yeah.
It absolutely just pisses me off that what they turned him into, but
failure.
Lucas did it too, and he did it by weakening that character by having someone shoot before he's not going to shoot until bullshit, dude. Han Solo with Leia and Lando and Chewie and whatever go to dinner with Leia's daddy. And the moment the moment he sees Leia's daddy, what does he do?
He shoots.
He doesn't wait for someone to shoot first. Dude pulls that blaster out faster. Like that's man.
Yeah.
That was Han Solo. He was a scoundrel. He was a merc. He highest bidder. What do you need? And when you do that, you cheapen, in my opinion, you devalue what happens to him. The fact he was all on that side of this is just a ride, a fare that I'm gonna taxi these folks, and this guy's interfering with that. Just gonna shoot him, get him out of my way. No one's gonna say shit. Here's the money to clean it up. That was cold. And as a kid, I remember being like, but by the end of the movie, that's what made him relatable, is that he was such a bad dude, but he wasn't. And when you make Greedo shoot first, you remove some of that. That's just my feeling. And I don't know.
No, I agree completely.
Well, he dies a failure, so doesn't matter.
They like to do that, don't they? To our characters.
You can't have heroes anymore. It doesn't exist. They're all dead. Everyone's in the gray. There's no heroes anymore.
How do you not have a scene with Luke, Han, and Leia in the sequel trilogy?
It's because it was written by people that are soulless and don't care anything about the IP that they're making money off of, or I guess haven't actually made money off of it for.
Exactly.
No reason to make
No
video
reason
shoot first.
whatsoever.
No. All right, guys. That was a good show. We
Yeah.
talked about some video games, and I didn't think we intended to do that, but hell yeah. Star Wars nerd jumped on for a little bit. We haven't seen them in a while. Really appreciate folks jumping on tonight. Had a great time. Spooky Jawa, of course. And then yes, I'll put it up to show that you're in the lead because Jedi Duck was doing well, but he saw the leaderboard and said, "Fine,
He was
I'll
like,
just
I'm out of
leave
here.
'cause I'm out of here. It's not gonna be good."
Nah, it's all good.
Here we go,
Spooky's OP,
Spooky. Let's
man.
see where you're at.
Whoa, that was too close, Dana.
Was that
You need to put on your glasses if you can't see.
Bro's the final boss.
32 points? He's in the lead, folks. Spooky Jawa.
Hey, look, I'm on the
In the lead
leaderboard.
for the loyalty.
No way.
Get that book.
Dude,
Thank you,
I could
Spooky.
win another
Appreciate it.
copy.
He knows who the real. That's right. That's right. I know who the real fan is. Not the lore master. I don't even know where the lore master is.
Lore Master isn't even here. We had lore questions.
And we did have lore questions.
Yeah.
He's
Debbie.
too famous, bro.
I
He's
know,
like
right?
a musician and shit.
Yeah.
Debbie,
Dude,
need to get back on the show. We could have used you tonight. That was
Coulda
great.
kept us
We had
on
some great
topic.
opportunities for you to
stay
tell
on
us we were
topic.
dumb. But that's all right. Get back on the show. Zane, get back on the show. Debbie, get back on the show. Cam,
Why am
and
I
Andrew,
here?
appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah.
And yeah, what do you guys got going on? Anything? Well, you got the shows. You want to go through your show lineup? The 18 shows you're on podcast for?
How am I supposed to? Yeah, you
Are you
can
on
catch me
Spooky Show
over-
too?
I want to. I just gotta get the timing right.
Thank
him
you,
and Theory,
Spooky.
let's see. Next Sunday, tomorrow night, not tomorrow night, Thursday night on the Cantina Happy Hour on the Feast of Fanins YouTube channel. We will be going live for the Cantina Happy Hour. We are discussing the Clone Wars episode Bombad Jedi. The following Sunday on the Cam and Focus YouTube channel, we will be having a topics episode. To give you an idea, an example of that, we've done two previously. Musicals, where we talked about our favorite musicals, our favorite moments in a musical. Our second one.
Hold
was
on
action.
a second. Hold on. Did you just say Cam and Focus was over musicals?
One of the topic
And you
episodes
didn't
was,
invite me, who's literally been in 10 musicals?
well, no, you see, the thing is, that was months ago. That's my bad. Our second
I'm
one
gonna
was
unfriend Cam. That's it.
no, that's my bad. But we don't know what the topic is. We haven't had our production meeting just yet with all our producers and writers and everything.
I
Next,
used to do that.
oh yeah, that's right. Next Monday on MCU Monday. Let me get through the plugs.
Sorry.
I'm right, because I got all these shows apparently. We will be discussing part 2 of Ironheart. We discussed the first part, which was episodes 1 through 3 last night,
Is it any good?
and it's fine. It's
Are you
decent.
watching it, Cam? I take that as a no.
So that's all I got. Oh, and then I will be on Theory's channel having a debate with him. No, I ain't that big.
You don't have to be big to be on Theory's channel. You know that, right? Like,
Oh, I know.
Theory is
I
just a
could get-
guy.
I could get in contact with him. I'm good friends with him now, actually. But no, I'll be here next week with whatever we're discussing.
If I'll have you on.
That's right. If I'm allowed on after not
Let's
having him
not
on.
forget our place, Andrew. Okay. Just
That's
kidding.
right.
Messing with you, bro. I
That's why
love
I'm on the
having
bottom,
you on. You
right?
know this.
Yeah.
Dude, you've gotten both books for free. You are
I know.
regular. One was a
Shit.
birthday, one was a just because. So no,
Yeah,
I
I really
appreciate
appreciate-
you
I
and
love-
what you bring to the show.
Yeah, because I used to be just a guest, and now like
Okay.
we'll just
Yeah,
have
your
you
time's
on.
running out.
You
Cam, you
do.
got anything going on? You gonna golf some more or what?
Yeah,
Sorry,
playing.
Andrew.
I'm
No,
playing.
I'm all done.
Playing Friday. And that's pretty much it.
You played that course at, I don't know if it's the city course or what, right there at the Phillips Event Center. What's that course?
Yeah, it's a city course. I
Is it any
haven't
good?
ever played it.
Oh.
I've gone to a couple of community events at the actual event center in the
Yeah.
last couple of weeks, and I mean, from what it looks like, course looks like it's in pretty good shape, and it's always
Mm.
packed, and it's really hard to book a tee time. So,
Okay.
but I mean, A&M course is always in good shape too.
hmm
No students. We might need to go
Isn't
make
that-
it happen.
oh, it's summer, no students.
Hey,
Yeah.
I golfed a perfect game the other day, but I don't
On
mean
the
to brag.
Wii?
No, I did 18 hole-in-ones.
18 what? What'd you say?
Hole-in-ones.
Were you playing mini golf?
Or
Okay.
as my mom calls it, just regular golf, but you know.
But yeah, we should play, Dana. We should go out one morning. I know it's hot, but
I know. I need to dust them clubs off. All right, folks. I
That's
don't
that
know
old
what
that's that
next week-
grandpa huff.
What?
That's your grandpa side.
Yeah, it's the old. It's late. Past my bedtime. Next week, I don't know what we're doing, but we'll have a show, and looking forward to it as always. Cam, thank you. Andrew, of course, thank you for jumping in. Remember, kids, peace is a lie. There is only passion. Good night. I love that intro, outro. All right, man. Great show. That was fun. I don't know who this Jedi guy was, but
I don't know
man,
either.
he was funny. Jedi Duck.
Yeah, but we
it's
lost him. We
still
didn't keep him.
recording.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we are.